Good afternoon, marvelous mathematicians. Today's I can statement is, I can multiply and divide whole numbers by powers of 10 to solve word problems. I can multiply and divide whole numbers by powers of 10 to solve word problems. So the problem that I have on the board reads as follows. Peyton has collected 220 aluminum cans for recycling. If 10 cans will fit in each blue plastic bag, how many bags will she need to carry all of the cans? So the first thing that I want to do is circle the numbers in the word problem. So I'm going to circle 220 and I'm going to circle 10. The next thing I'm going to do is look for clue words, operation clue words that will help me to know if I'm going to multiply or divide. So I'm going to reread the problem. Peyton has collected 220 aluminum cans for recycling. So she has a group of cans. If 10 cans are going to fit in each blue plastic bag, how many bags will she need to carry all the cans? So it sounds to me like she's dividing these cans up between between different plastic bags, and she needs to know how many bags she's going to need in order to fit all of them in a bag. So my key word here is each. And in this instance, I'm going to divide because I want to know how many bags will she need to carry all of those cans. So I'm going to set my division problem up. 220 is the dividend, and it goes first in the problem. And 10 is the divisor, so it goes second. 220 is what's being divided because there's 220 cans, and 10 is the divisor because that's the way it's being divided. They're being divided up in groups of 10. So when I'm dividing by powers of 10, the first thing I want to do is rewrite my number and put a decimal place to the far right after the last number. Then I need to count the zeros in my power of 10, and I see that I have 1 0. So that means I'm going to move my decimal point one place to the left. Okay. So that lets me know that Peyton will need 22 bags in order to carry all 220 of the cans. And I'm going to circle my final answer, 22. In order to show the teacher that that is my final answer. Now, in order to check my response to see if it's correct, I can use the inverse operation of division, which is multiplication. And I can set 220 up times 10. And then I can use my tricks of zero. Well, 220... Well, I'm sorry, I should have done 22 times 10. I need to take my quotient and multiply it by 10. So let's set this back up again. So I'm going to multiply 22 times 10. But I know I can use the tricks of zero. I can say 22 times 1 is 22. And then count the number of zeros. I have 1. And I add it at the end. And if I get my dividend back as my product, then that means my answer is correct. So 22 is the correct answer, or the correct number of bags that Peyton will need to carry all of the cans. Here's our second example. Mrs. Allen ordered boxes of pencils for the school store. Each box contains 10 to the second power pencils. If Mrs. Allen ordered 15 boxes of pencils, how many pencils does the school store have in stock? So the first thing I want to do is circle the numbers in the question. And the first number that I'm going to circle is the base number 10 and the exponent 2, which reads as 10 to the second power. And the second number I'm going to circle is 15 because that's how many boxes of pencils that Mrs. Allen ordered. So now I need to reread the question to search for clue words to let me know which operation to use. So Mrs. Allen ordered boxes of pencils for the school store. Each box contains 10 to the second power pencils. If Mrs. Allen ordered 15 boxes of pencils, how many pencils does the school store have in stock? So the words each and the words how many put together in this word problem lets me know that I'm going to be multiplying because I need to know how many total boxes there are. So I'm going to set up my equation. 15 times 10 to the second power. Okay. Now using the tricks of zero, I'm going to multiply 15 times 1 and get 15. And then I'm going to count the number of zeros. And the exponent lets me know that there are 2 zeros. 10 to the second power is 10 times 10, or equivalent to 100. So I'm going to add these 2 zeros after 15. And then 1, 2, 3, place my comma. So I can say that the school store if I'm writing my answer out in a sentence, which you may have to do in an extended response question in order to get full credit. The school store has 1,500 pencils in stock. And I'm going to close this out with a period. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, boys and girls, please drop me a note in the chat. You will have a check for understanding in Seesaw that I would like you to direct yourself to as soon as you finish viewing this video. Now, once again, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. And just to remind you, our I can statement for this particular lesson was, I can multiply and divide whole numbers by powers of 10 to solve real world word problems. That sounds like a real tongue twister. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, Marvelous Mathematicians. I'll see you later.